Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leanne. Today I want to talk about the difference with desiring something, wanting something, and being in a lack mindset. It's natural for us to desire something, to want things in our life, to want money, to want success, to want love, to want good health, whatever it is that you want, that you desire, it's perfectly natural as a human. The difference is when you are chasing that thing, wanting it, you're always it's like you're naturally declaring that you don't have it, and declaring that through your thoughts, feelings, whatever it is, how you focus on it, you are only saying that you are in lack. Like, I'll give you an example. It's something simple, but it was a manifestation for me. So for the longest time, I had this really big brown desk. It was just taking up so much room. I don't have a big space here because I have my living room and my office kind of in one. Anywho, so all I kept doing was talking about how I hate this desk, I want to change this desk, I want a new desk, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's just saying that I don't have what I want. So I flipped it. I actually started putting desks that I really want in my Amazon cart, and then looking at other desks and, looking at offices that had these similar desks that I want. Anyways, maybe a month later, so it took a month of me to just, I was visualizing that desk, feeling happy that, oh my gosh, like this is gonna look so pretty when it's here. All of a sudden they had like a sale on Amazon, one of the desks that were in my cart that I actually wanted. And I wanted something with drawers because I needed space, like to put my pens and things like that, instead of having everything up on the desk. This specific one, the one that I have now, I'll put a picture of it at the end of the video. But anyways, that one was, I think it was like 30% off or something. And I had some, like a gift card. So it really didn't cost me a lot of money, and I purchased it. I was like, you know what? I want this desk. And I put it together myself. I was so proud of myself, and it's perfect, So once I changed my mindset into that feeling of it's mine, even though I know it's not physically here, in front of me, but it's mine. I know it's mine. I know it's gonna be mine, But it's just that feeling of not being in lack. And, instead of focusing on not liking my desk, because remember, the way quantum physics works is like attracts like, right? So if you're focusing, or like in my case, I was focusing on not liking my desk, the energy I'm putting out is what I'm going to get back in. So if I'm focusing on, always saying I don't like it, then I'm going to continue to be like, ride that wave and to be in that energy, and the unfolding of not liking my desk. So that brown, big, obtrusive desk was always in my reality. I hope that makes sense. So once I flipped it and I started thinking in a I have mindset. So like, some people might get confused with, well, how can I say I have this when I don't? And I know that I don't. It's not like, being so delusional that you're like, walking around in this fantasy, even though it kind of is. But hear me out. So it's not like, not seeing what's really in front of you and trying to change something, because you're not changing anything. It's just knowing. It's the knowing. So I knew in my heart that I'm getting this desk. This is my desk. This is the desk I have been wanting for the longest time, and I'm going to get it come hell or high water. Somehow, some way, I'm going to get it, and that's it. And then I just let it go. And then all of a sudden, because it was in my cart, I got the notification that something in your cart is, 30% off, blah, blah, blah. And I forgot that I had that gift card for a return that I had. So it was like, you know what? It's mine. I can do it. I can afford this. It's mine. So that's what I'm doing, with my next purchase, which will be my couch. I've been looking at these couches. I've been putting a bunch of them, in a cart and just visualizing it in my space. And that's it. I know I'm going to get it. I'm not worrying about the when or the how. I just know it's going to happen. And it will happen. Somehow, some way, it will happen. Try to love the space that you're in, as difficult as it may seem. And some of you might say, okay, but you're happy with the space you're in, where you are. But I wasn't always. I was in such low places in my life, like emotionally, mentally, and it was only when I started shifting my own mindset and realizing this power that I had, that things started to unfold and it started to make sense. Because in my logical mind, there has to be a rhyme or reason to it. I don't, like, some people can manifest like everybody manifests differently, I guess, but some people can just will it and boom, it's there and they're okay with that. For me, because this is my limited belief, but it has to seem normal, and unfold naturally. It's not like just plunking down in front of me. I would love to get there, because wouldn't that be nice? Waking up and you're in the home of your dreams and, you have all this money flowing in. But for me, it takes time, but I know that I get there eventually. And I don't focus on the time anymore, because I used to be worried about the time. I used to be worried about what I don't have, and that just kept me not having it. So, you might hear some coaches say it's as simple as just be. And you might think, what the hell? Like, what does that mean? Well, it's kind of like my desk, just be in that feeling that it's mine. It's mine. It's going to be mine. It could be something simple. It could be something huge and magical that you might never have thought of. But whatever it is, you can have. You can have anything. You can be anything. I promise you, if you saw my life, okay, I want to say, I'll go back 13 years. I'll be transparent. 13 years ago, I was on disability, fibromyalgia, always in pain, in a miserable relationship, in a tiny little apartment that I didn't like being in there. I mean, the living room was about the size of a closet. Never had money, always on a tight budget, always worrying about everything, blah, blah, blah. Everything seemed to be horrible in my life. It was when I finally took a stand and I said to myself, okay, enough is enough. I can't do this. I need to shift something. That's when I found Christy Marie Sheldon. This woman was talking about like high vibrations and how, love and gratitude is the highest vibration. And I always felt in my heart that, yeah, that's me. Like I want to just love to the max, and I never seem to receive that back. And Well, because that was my thinking all the time. I always thought that, I would never receive the love that I give anybody. I found her. And then that just kind of snowballed into leading to where I am today. But anyways, I decided to just take a stand and take control of my life, because I realized through Christy that I can have the life that I want, and I am my own limiting belief. you know Anyways, so I had left that relationship, and I left that apartment, and then things started unfolding for me slowly. And then I slowly got into, what I'm doing today. Because when I moved to the other place, I took my life coaching certification. I took Reiki, and I was on that, I guess, journey of finding out who I really am deep inside, because I always felt and knew that I was a good person. But now, why was everybody projecting it differently? Because that's my perception. That's how I saw them. That's how I believed I would always be treated, until I changed. Do you get it? You need to change. And I know there's always that cliche that change comes from within, but it really does. It really, really does. I promise you. Now, it seemed to be taking forever, and I was listening to binaural beats, and listening to them sometimes would have me crying, and I didn't even know why. It's like my body was just trying to fight whatever changes was going on, but then I just released. I actually cried out to the universe and said, show me what I need to do. That was when everything really started to shift for me. Trust in yourself. Trust in your ability. Trust in this strength and power that you have. And trust that you are meant for bigger and greater things. You are not supposed to be unhappy and in poverty and suffering just because you were born. We are all born with this birthright of having everything that we desire. I even seen that they had done this study, that they finally realized, and this is what I've been talking about, time is not linear. Time actually, well, I explained how it goes up, but they were saying time actually folds in on itself. Which means the past, the present, the future, it's all in one. It's all playing out at the same time. Now, it's going to be exciting when they can actually show this as proof, because I know as a human, we want to see it with our own eyes, right? Even though you're supposed to believe it first, then you're going to see it. But it will be exciting to see, and then a lot of you might be able to be like, okay, yeah, like now I see it. But yeah, so time is not linear. So your future that you always dream about is here. It's here with your current reality. And with your past, it's all together. So you can actually unlock and shift into that future reality that you want. But do it now. And like myself, you might see things, if you're like me, and it has to make sense, you might start seeing things actually unfolding, and that's when you're going to start to believe it, and that's when you're going to be like, you know what, I'm going for it all, and you're going to want to grab for the top. Because once you start seeing this excitement of it, it's like there's no stopping you. You can have anything. Anyways, so yeah, don't chase. Don't chase because it's already here. Time is folding in on itself. It's already here, my loves. When you're chasing it, it's like trying to grab a butterfly. It's just going to keep running away. But if you are just patient and allow and know that it's going to come, it will land in your hand on its own accord. So that's what's going to happen with your life. It's going to land in your lap. It could be somebody calls you up just out of the blue and says, hey, I know that you're good at this. Can you help me with this? And it's a paying job. And you could be like, oh, wow, that's what I've always wanted to do. Okay. And that could be your stepping stone that's going to lead to that career that you've always wanted. It's incredible how things happen. You know, I remember I was really, really tight. I had a bill, you know, I needed the money to pay for it. And all of a sudden I got a payment from a survey that I did like a while before that. And I guess it took some time for the money to come through, but I was like, oh, okay. There's my bill payment. So it can happen in many, many different ways. Don't worry about it. Don't chase it. Just know that everything is right here, right now. So live in the present. Just live in the present. Live right now. Right now. Okay, I want you all to just right now think about something that you really, really want. It could be just one thing, it could be many things, you know, but let's say if it's that person that ghosted you and you really want to be with them. Okay, so you're going to sit here and just imagine that, wow, this is our life together. You know, imagine that, I don't know, they're in the kitchen cooking or something. And just feel that feeling of what it's like to have them in your life. Things are going to unfold, even if they're with somebody. They'll break up. I'm telling you, if you stick with this, it will happen. If it's money that you want, don't focus on the amount. Don't focus on, oh, I want $1 million. No, no, no. Focus on what you want that money for. Be specific. So if you want that house, picture yourself in that house. You know, what does it look like? What does it smell like? Who's in the house with you? Look around, look at the furniture. Do you have a yard? Do you have a barbecue outside? Do you have a dog running around, you know? Do you have kids? Like, I don't know, whatever it is, just sit there and picture it and feel it. Really feel in this moment what it would feel like. And hold that feeling for 7 seconds. Just hold that feeling. Right here with me, right now, hold that feeling. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Stay in it. Don't doubt. And don't go back and revert to, you know, oh, I have all these bills, I have that. No. Yes, you could be aware of it. Of course you're going to be aware of it. You're going to see the bill coming in. But just focus on the fact that it doesn't matter. Because it's getting paid. No matter what, it's getting paid. I don't care how it's getting paid, it's getting paid. And don't worry about it. And then eventually things could unfold that, oh my gosh, I'm getting this house. You know? Trust in yourself. I promise you, life can be amazing. Anyways, I love you all. I will see you in the next video.